recognizing, defending, and recommending concepts of the rights and wrongs conduct. It has taken its origin from the word ethos, that is a Greek word, which means customs, habits, and doing things good. And in Arabic, in Urdu, we call it as akhlaq, and which has taken its origin from the word khalq, and that is the word of Arabic. So, every organization wants to success. This is the motto of any individual and organization to success in their life. So sometimes when the organization grow, for example, the organization grow from is wealth from 100 million to 5 million. We understand that is a growth. But in the parlance of ethics, that is not growth. If you want to grow, if you want to success, your growth must be accompanied by ethics. So the growth plus ethics is equal to progress. But if you want to success, the progress must be accompanied by spirituality and humanity, and that is will be equal to success. I have a video on this slide.
If you decide to grow, basically there is a misconception among us. You increase the turnover of your company, and people also tell you, you also start feeling that I have started becoming successful. Isn't it? Yes or no? No. There is a big difference between growth, progress, and success. If you increase the turnover of your company from 50 crores to 100, from 100 to 500 crores, it is called growth. It is not success. Let me redefine you the definition of success. Increasing your materialistic possessions in all ways is your growth. That growth, if it is aided by ethics, ethic means discipline, means honesty, means norms, it is called progress. So growth plus ethics is progress. And that progress plus humanity, morality, and spirituality is called success.
वाह जी क्या बात है.
So again I tell you, your turnover increased from 100 to 500 crores, you are not successful, you have just grown.
चलने तो बड़ा अच्छा है.
Aided by ethics, your progress. Aided by morality and spirituality in life, it's called success. Because even after having $100 million in your bank account and you are not happy for it, you have just grown, you have not been successful. Successful word itself includes stability, happiness, and peace, along with all types of your growth and progress. Now rethink your goals. You just want to grow, or be progressive, or want to be successful. So now, according to this definition, just raise your hands. How many of you want to be successful?
ये कौन है ये बंदा?
That's fine, all of you. Be clear in your thinking. There is this difference between growth, progress, and success.
Do not like and subscribe.
So we'll be discussing some theoretical aspects of the professional ethics. There are two kinds of theories. The first one is teleology or consequentialist approach. The second one is deontological theory. जो consequentialist है, उनका ये concept है कि you to see the result If the result is okay, there is happiness and success after doing something, so that action will be ethical. So there are two theories in consequentialist approach: utilitarian theory and egoism theory. The utilitarian theory approach to ethical considerations emphasis is laid on the amount of good and harms which might be derived from the actions or decision. They judge a particular actions or decision by the total amount of happiness or it creates. तो इस approach में आप ये देखना है कि what you are having after the action. If there is happiness and success, that is ethical. But if there is no happiness, so it will be unethical. So the next one is the egoism theory. It defines the right and wrong in the terms of the consequences to oneself. ये जो approach है, ये अमेरिका का approach है. They never see
The countries.
yes the ethical values. They invaded U.S. Invaded Afghanistan, Iraq, and other things. Though that was not ethical, but they defined that policy in their own interest. So, in linguistic systems, you see that what is the impact of the certain actions on me. So, deontological theory. The deontologists base their decision about moral rights and wrong are on board and universally accepted ethical values such as honesty, fairness, beauty, respect for human beings. ये बिल्कुल this is the opposite of the consequentialist. They say if the action is right, so that will be the result will be right. The theory that the morality of the action should be based on whether the action itself is right or wrong. So I think the time is short. This is also some theories we. So now I am going toward the professional ethics in Islam. The ethics in Islam is nothing but injunctions. In the light injunctions laid down in Quran for the practical conduct of life and to be exemplified in the practice of the Holy Prophet through its life. According to Imam Ghazali, the man consists of two forms, khalq and khulq. Khalq refers to the physical form of the human being, and khulq refers to the spiritual form of the mankind. And the khalq means it is the singular of the akhlaq. It means akhlaq. So there are some verses I've taken from Holy Quran. Believers don't advance before Allah and His Messenger, and fear Allah, verily Allah is having. In this verse, Allah tells you about the subordination. If you are working in an organization, you might be having a submission, some code of ethics. You must subordinate that. You might be having a boss, and you have to subordinate your boss. And the next verse is, I have taken these verses from the Surah Hujurat. The second verse is, believers don't raise your voice above the voice of the Prophet, and when speaking to him, don't speak aloud as you speak aloud to one another, lest your deeds are reduced to nothing without you even realize. In this verse, Allah tells us about the etiquettes of meetings, that how you have to behave when you will be having meetings. Then you should be moderate in your speech. Surely most of those who call out to you profit from the behind. The apartments are devoid of understanding. This is also the verse from the Hujurat. In the same, it is also telling us about the etiquettes that you are not supposed to call the people from the hand. If you want to meet someone, you have to take the time, and there must be bell and other things. So these are the ethical things. So believers, this is also from Surah Al-Hujurat. I have taken believers avoid being excessive suspicious for someone. Suspicion is sin. Don't spy or backbiting. This verse is telling about the spying and backbiting and prejudice. We must not be having to question these things in our life. And believers, when an ungodly persons bring to you a piece of news, carefully ascertain its truth. Last, you should heart the people and wittingly, and thereafter repent at what you did. This is a verse about which tells us about investigations. If there is some rumors, you have to investigate first. So this is also verses. Now I am going to the next. So what is professional ethics? Profession is the core area in which you have expertise. Like engineers, their core areas, some are electrical, and some are mechanical. The doctors have their own core areas, and the accountant have their own core areas. So the profession is the expertise of your core area. So the professional ethics means the codes, values, and principles that be applied in a certain kind of profession. So there are a lot of professions, and they have their own bodies which are devising for them ethical values and ethical codes. For example, the engineers, their ethical codes are devised by the Engineering Council, and doctors, their codes are devised by the PMDC, and the accountant and their professional ethical codes are devised by the SMAP and Chartered Accountancy and IFAD. And judges and lawyers, their codes, they are devising for them their professional codes of ethics. So it is not every field has its own professional ethical standards, but it will not be difficult to cover all these professions. I will be going towards some of the common core ethical values which are shared by all these professions. So this is honesty, trustworthiness, transparency, accountability, and confidentiality, and objectivity, and respect and obedience of the law. These are the core professional ethical values which are shared by all the professions. Honesty, the first one is honesty. As a professional, or if you are doing job somewhere, you must be honest in your day-to-day affairs. Admitting when you are wrong, you should admit. If you are wrong, you should admit that I'm wrong. Choosing not to cheat somebody, these are the examples of honesty. Saying when you had your fair share. If there is a discrimination with you, you should share these things. Honestly, speaking up when something upset you, saying an unpopular truth. This is difficult, but you should say when you are honest. Showing disappointment and emotions, and returning something that belongs to others. These are the examples of honesty. And trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is the core value that differentiate you from the rest of the professionals. अगर आप organizations की बात करेंगे, which are trustworthy, and you see their income or sales and other things, they will be far better than those who are not trustworthy. So this differentiates you from the rest of the organizations. The organizations who have trustworthiness and integrity and honesty, they are different from the rest of the organizations. So the characteristics of the trustworthiness are integrity, honesty, and promise keeping and loyalty. So these, if you are having these qualities, you will be trustworthy. Transparency. As a professional, you must be transparent in your affairs. If you are HR professionals, you are inducting on personals, you must be transparent. And if you are leading the procurement affairs of an organizations. So your biddings and your evaluations must be transparent. So this is also the value which differentiates you from the rest of the organization. So accountability. You must be an open book. You must be responsible for your day-to-day affairs as a professional. A person is accountable if he is having these kinds of qualities. Answer emails, do what you promise, take responsibility for actions. Proactive, solve problems, don't plan and make excuses. Always remain ethical in your actions. Be honest and transparent in works. Demonstrate outcomes. The next one is confidentiality. If you're an employee of organizations, or if you're working as a doctor in other professions, you must be of some confidential information. You must not disclose that confidential information until and unless you have consent of that particular customer. As accountant, we have a lot of information about WADA, about its financial positions, about other affairs, but we are supposed to keep that confidential and not disclose that to the general public. As engineers, you might be having, as Rahman might be having some information about the collapse of the tunnel, which is supposed to keep confidential, if not
कोई information नहीं है.
not ready to disclose to the general public. Objectivity. The objectivity means that your opinion must not be biased. That must be based on the fact and figures. What is objectivity in a person? If someone is objective, they base their opinion on facts rather than on their personal feelings. So you, as a professional, you must be objective in your decision making and in your opinions in your day-to-day matters. Respects. An organization is a conglomeration of different kinds of employees, ranking from grade 1 to grade 21 and 22. If you don't respect the employees belonging to the low cadres, like even if you don't respect your PM or your sweepers, there will be problems. So to reach the common goal of your organizations, you must be having respect for all cadres of employees. So obedience of law and loyalty. So anywhere, if you are living in Pakistan or outside Pakistan, there are certain laws. If you are a doctor, if you are going for abortion, so you have to look whether that is allowed in the law of Pakistan or not. It might be allowed in the rest of the countries, but not allowed in Pakistan. You have to look after the law, and you must be loyal to your job or your profession. So conclusion is, there is nothing right way to do a wrong thing.
Good.